14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly laga 8th session de Chief Minister Dr. Nipirio Bra 2026 to 2027 garne budget present kura pichide media logot kota korise. House de budget present kurubule diri ho upper Rio Bra janaishi ki 16th Finance Commission bra changes introduce kura karne kintu revenue deficit grant to discontinue kuri dishe. House de FNTA bill introduce kura upper Rio Bra janaishi ki legislation do desh sarkar State Sarkar aro ENPO majude Memorandum of Agreement sign kura pichide ahalaga ase aro bill do Law and Justice Department pra draft kura laga ase. Rio bra kota kura details pra sai sabo.
Well, this year's budget is inclusive, sustainable, growth-oriented and strategic roadmap to development of Nagaland at 2047. So, why the budget was delayed? You are all aware. There are two reasons why we have to delay is because the 16th Finance Award, unlike other times, they have done away with our discontinued with our revenue deficit grant. And that means the effect for 2026 to 2031 decline in the Nagaland's interstate share of central taxes from 0.569% to 0.48%. It will be a deficit of 752.42 crores, means 7,552 crores. As per our state projection to the 16th Finance Commission, it was 8,113.70 crores. But we did not get what we expected. And so I met the Honorable Finance Minister on the 4th of February. Our problem, because if we don't get this money, that means government salaries, pensions, and other debt servicing and other emergencies also cannot be paid. So I submitted a submission, and she gave us a clear reassurance, and therefore we waited that Government of India, the Finance Ministry will work out. You're aware we started our budget on 2nd March, and now only today I'm presenting my budget on 26 March. So more than 3 weeks we had waited, and I've written 2 letters in between. And the last letter I wrote is, as that day 4th I had written a letter that my minimum requirement will be 450 crores, 4,500 crores. will be required to discharge all my salaries, pensions, debt servicing, and other exigencies. But we did not require, so my last letter was, as discussed and as she had given assurance, a positive reply, I'm going ahead with my budget presentation. At my minimum figure, I submitted to you. That is 4,500 for this current year. So, even in our, and then our own revenue is only 10.52%. That is, we are getting only 197.75 crores. And non-tax revenue is we expected to grow as we had planned by 7.5%. So anyway, we expect that they will do, and then we'll get into a normal business. That's all. Today I presented an outlay of, this is a figure, no? Rupees 1,350. That is a step up of 12.50% increase. And you might have seen the detail grant to FNTA is 100.57 crores. That is after the common pool that is earmarked for them. Then budget initiatives, which I announced, I am enclosing a list of that initiative, which will come to 62 crores. How many items are there?
17.
17 initiatives. Together 62 crores. The state share for CSS, I'm keeping at 250. So you are aware, we have a surplus budget this time. So, out of 843.27, that deficit we had estimated, but we improved by 111.81 crores. And that's how during this year, current year, 2026-27, estimated to close is deficit will be 337.07 crores. An improvement by rupees 74.77 crores. So that is the actual budget. And then coming to the bill, you may ask, FNTA. So I would like to brief you also while I'm holding. You are aware that on 5th February 2026, a memorandum of agreement was signed by Government of India by state government and the ENPO. And because of late budget, it took little time. We have written to Government of India, Union Home Secretary, as per the agreement. We are supposed to have consultation. Therefore, we wrote on the advice of our AG, and the bill was prepared by the Law and Justice Department by incorporating the various provisions of the MOA. So, though they did not reply us back, we had committed to the ENPO that we will present the bill and then we'll pass within this session. So today we had already presented by Deputy CM, Mr. Y. Patton, and tomorrow it will be taken up for discussion and passing. So a bill as such, it is according to the MOA, but there were some issues. So we had communicated as per the agreement, but they could not reply us. So on the advice of Law and Justice and Advocate General, we had presented and we passed. And on my conversation with Union Home Secretary, he desired that we should also do at the earliest. And Home Minister Amit Shah ji, Home Secretary conveyed to me that Home Minister Amit Shah ji would like to inaugurate the FNTA by April. So we're doing our part, and now everything is in process, and by tomorrow bill will be passed. Thank you.
So, as the Honorable CM had just mentioned, one of the primary reasons why there has been a downslide of the budget this year is primarily the reduction in the state share of central taxes. The 16th Finance Commission Award has seen some states benefiting in their award and 14 states going down in terms of their share in central taxes. So one of the main reasons which the Honorable CM had just mentioned is right from the interstate central share of state taxes, about 752 crores has just been outrightly reduced. So that is on account of that. On the other counts, there is no specific reason, because in any case the general trend has been that after the GST rationalization of rates in September, there has been a slowdown of GST collection across India. So that is a universal trend which we have observed in the last couple of quarters, the last 2 quarters. So another reason that we can give you is, in the past, what we used to do is the ways and means advances used to be made part of the budget. Ways and means advances from the Reserve Bank of India. So we have studied this budgeting process, and we have realized that ways and means advances are not to be projected in the budget BE, but we will capture them in the RE. So as a result, there has been you have seen a downslide in the budget figures from last year to this year. The 100.57 crore amount should largely translate to about a little more than 30%, or because the way the MOI has been drafted is that grant from the state government will be about proportional to the area and population of the FNTA area. So that figure roughly translates to about 30%. Just to clarify, this 30% is arrived after netting out all the common pools. Common pool in the sense states, project amounts where the number one, all the departments are not transferred. So that continues to be with the state government, and other common pools includes heads like the LADP, which is a major component. So that continues with in the common pool. This is just an example. So that translates to about 30%. Regarding your first question, that is both financial and political. I'll just touch the financial part. With the intervention of the Honorable Chief Minister, we are very hopeful that this will come through. Should this not come through, I think state government will definitely take some mid-course review on the finances and revisit the plan outlays, and if required, do some recasting at a later stage. We will cross the bridge when it comes. Thank you. Chumukidima and Kohima on a pilot basis. And based on this, the performance of these three districts, it will be expanded.
So we have seen that you have made much emphasis, and you have been laying, especially the sports and youth sector. But the overall completion of one of the biggest projects of the state, the Dimapur Stadium, is yet to be completed. And we are giving so much emphasis on developing sports that project is not the process how are you trying to do.
I think in the governor's speech debate, these issues were also discussed, and we are in the process of handing over to Sports Authority of India. So they're going to take all the burdens. So we have directed the contractors to complete his part, this is roofing. After that, all these things will be handed over to SAI.
Sir, one more question from the side. We have been relying a lot on the CM microfinance scheme, but we have seen that some of the banks are refusing still to cooperate with the districts. So what measures are you taking to tackle this issue?
You will see all these 17 projects will be handled by the concerned department, nodal department, because they are not giving attention, and we are trying to wake them up with some financial support. We are concerned about our youth and about our economic activities. That's why we are trying to give exertion. That's how we had targeted those things.
So on page number 1, paragraph number 6, I mentioned that we have asked for the center to propose an interlocutor at the ministry level. So we had a single person interlocutors earlier, but we have also mentioned that the central government the government of India has initiated the constitution of a committee. So how do you see the talks going forward under this committee?
We are aware that one Ajit Lal had been appointed as senior retired Joint Chief in the IB, and as he committed, that day also, when he visited the state, we had a discussion, and he, as the Union Home Minister stated, he also said that one minister from the Union Minister of State in the Home Ministry, Home Affairs, will be made a chairman. So that one they have not announced, but Ajit Lal himself has told us, as committed by the Home Minister on the 5th when we met him.